What's going on YouTube? It is your boy Chris back again with another video. In this video, it's going to be an early access market watch video. We got a lot to talk about today. I'm recording this on Wednesday night, so I'm at the point in the market right now where there's a lot of actual deals going on. A lot of players that I'm picking up, and that's why you see my coin total at 63,000 coins. It's a little too low for me right now, but that's because I have my coins set into some other stuff. So I'll get into that. I'll show you guys my progress so far. Big pull on the stream tonight, a couple hours ago. So that helped us out a lot in terms of the coins we have. But for the most part, we've been trading, we've been grinding the game. It's a lot of fun. This game is super addicting right now. I think with the gameplay, it needs a little bit of a patch in terms of like the responsiveness, the player switching. The dribbling is very good. The passing maybe needs to be a little tweaked. Finishing seems like it's there. So for me, I like the game so far. I love tackling. I love the defending. It's more manual. I'm literally destroying kids in rivals, which I'd love to do. So I'm excited for Weekend League. It was the first time I think I've actually said that. So for me, guys, this is the squad that I've been rocking. Now, obviously, Gnabry is obviously on loan card. So I used him in the last Weekend League team. I actually just purchased this card. This is the one thing that needs to leave, is the Wheel of Death, that I call it, because I feel like it's just not something that should be in the game. But I have a brand, right? I'm going to use that in my team at the moment, a full German team. I packed Royce tonight. So, a couple hours ago on stream, I packed Royce. He's going for 300,000 coins. My plan this week is to sell him tomorrow after rewards, because remember, I'm recording this on the Wednesday night, so this is going to be like a 14-15 minute video. So if I'm explaining this a lot, it's because I have time. But yes, I'm going to sell him after rewards today, and here's my reasoning why. When someone comes to me and asks me, when should I sell this card? If I see that the card is really meta, I usually tell people, wait till next Thursday. The reason for that is because I think the highest part in the market is going to be next Thursday before the first Weekend League. Everyone's going to be building their squads. We're going to have Div Rivals rewards as well. So everyone's going to be, buying their teams before Weekend League. That's when the market is going to be at its highest for the majority of these players. Like Royce, essentially. I have Havertz in here. I have Brandt in here. Now, I just picked up Brandt for about 20,000 coins, which is pretty good because if you look at his graph, he's usually around 24, 25. Havertz I picked up at 24. I have a second one on my transfer list right now. Usually goes for about 32, 33. So there's some really good deals in the market today. Schultz I picked up at like 14k or 12k or something like that, and he's like 15 or so. It's just a really cheap, OP meta team at the start. Really loving the gameplay, like I just said. I packed a Wan-Bissaka a couple days ago. I'm probably going to get rid of him after rewards today because, in my opinion, what's going to happen is a lot of people that are waiting. Everyone's being told to sell during Wants to Watch promo, which I feel like they're going to be selling on the Friday once they fully go out of packs or at some point next week. So in my opinion, I feel like the lower rateds, like Wan-Bissaka, I think I'm going to sell them before that hype, before everyone else starts to sell, which makes the price actually end up going down. So I'm probably going to sell that tomorrow. That's going to be about a good 25,000 coins. Other things that I have, I'm going to show you my transfer list right now, and we'll get into some market trends. Here's kind of the stuff that I've been trading with. So a lot of people ask me, like, with a higher tier budget, what do I trade with? Well, this I picked up on bid at 55. I picked this up at, like, 19. I picked this up at 13. I sold them to a lazy buyer. But in the terms of these two cards are higher tier cards that people can bid on and snipe. I always tell people, if you have a budget of over 100,000 coins, pick about 10 to 15 players that you can find within the 30 to 60k range and start bidding on them, start sniping them, start watching their price every single hour. Know when they go low, know when they go high. So for example, right now is probably when they're going really low because remember, I'm recording this at 10:55. What have I always said? The market is always at its dead point, NA, Eastern Time, 10 to 12 a.m. Reason for this is because no one is on the game at the moment. It's pretty much the people in Asia, Australia, and like late night NA people. There's not many people from the EU, at 5 a.m. right now. There's not many people in the UK at 4 a.m. pretty much playing this game right now. So there's no buying power in the market. So for the very few people that are actually going on the game right now and selling cards, they're actually undercutting. and they're making the price of the card go lower. So that's providing you a great opportunity to not only one bid and to snipe. So that's something you could do late night with the higher tier cards. Even the lower tier cards as well could be a little low. This card, Harry Maguire, I've been using a filter called, and I did this in one of my videos, I did Hunter Forward Shadow Defender method. And it's basically looking at the cheapest player that's a Shadow and a Hunter with like different positions. So I go to Gold, Defender, and I go Shadow. And the cheapest one on the market right now is I think 3.5k-ish. Even higher than that because it's late night. So yeah, 3.7k. And you could snipe anything that's under this price pretty much and make profit. But don't sell at just 3.7 because you can make more than that, just depending on the player. And then I would go Hunter and Forward. I would do the same thing. So that's like some like tips to trade pretty much. Like this is obviously a little bit more people at 3.3 maybe. Yeah, it's going to be around 3.33k. So you could snipe at any point. You're going to see a lot of deals come up late night. This is probably really good for you guys to do. There's not going to be as much competition. During the day, it seemed like I just couldn't snipe anything because there was a lot of bots on these methods. So, yeah, this would be another method that you guys can look at in terms of low budget trading. Anything under like 20, 25,000 coins, you can use that. I've been picking up Areolas at like 7k, selling at 8. And Didi's picking up on bid. Gaia, Pact, Lamella. I've always been telling people to just look at good nationalities and off leagues. Players that you wouldn't expect to be, like good nationalities that are not usually in that league. And that's successful because they go into advanced SBCs, which is very, very... I mean, I packed Royce from them tonight. So they're very effective, and people make a lot of coins from these SBCs. So these cards go for an elevated value. In terms of these Gabamins, I picked them all up at 2.5, just making a couple hundred coins per card. Now, you might say to me, oh, that's probably a waste of time. But honestly, dude, like, this is like a lot of really good low-budget methods. I put my coins into some informs from Team League 1. So I picked him up at 14k. Probably wasn't the cheapest one I could have picked up, because Shelny had 15. I just did it because I feel like even if I picked them up at 14 or 15, these are still two really good deals whenever there's an SBC that's coming. This card, if you look at Fornal's graph last year on Fubbin, I could see a similar rise in him. It just all depends on when the SBC does drop. Like I said, these are cards that go up because of SBCs. These are not cards that go up because they are usable. These cards also, Team League 1 in particular, go up over time because they get rare. Because they just get filtered out throughout people's clubs. People don't list them on the market, and there's just no supply on them. So the price of these cards just go flying up in price over a couple months span. So I'm going to have that. I got Nacho as well for about 12,000 coins. 11.5, which is a great deal. Pretty much discard price. If you discard them, it's like 10,000 coins. I paid about 1,000.5 more. Aurier, I think, is a great deal. Now, obviously, Trent came out today, which I don't think is going to have an insane effect on Aurier. I think that he's still going to rise. High 20s, low 30s you can expect in the next probably week or two. I would say best time to probably get rid of this in the short term is probably next Thursday during rewards. I picked up a Rodri here. Now, he's a little bit lower on the market. This is a card that's going to be going out of packs on Friday for ones to watch. And for me, he's got a good nationality, great team. He's got some decent stats as well. You put like a Hunter, or you put a Shadow on him, or an Engine, whatever you want to put on him. It looks like a really good card. Fabinho is about 90,000 coins in the market, and he's like 27k at the moment actually, which makes him, which is why it's a great deal to buy him at the moment. This is a card that's got to go up in price, especially because he's going out of packs. So that's why I bought a couple. Javi Martinez is here for the Player of the Month Lewandowski, which again, you know, buying high-rated Bundesliga players like Hummels, Thiago, Muller, Javi Martinez, those kind of players will work for that SBC. For me, especially when it comes to the Player of the Month SBCs, I've never really found success in actually holding the cards till the day of the SBC. I've always sold in the hype, because for me, if you get in early enough, it actually gives you a decent profit margin when you're selling and when you're buying these cards. So for me, if you pick, you know, Javi Martinez up on the first or second day at 3,000 coins, he's probably like 5.5 right now. You're making about 2.5, 3,000 coins on the card. And that's like a decent profit margin for only putting in like 3,000 coins on a card. Probably was even cheaper than that. I think it was about 2.2 actually for the first day. Like I said, another Havertz bought at 24/7. if we go into my club. So you can see, like, I have a lot of coins locked up into players right now, which is not a bad thing, because if I go low budget, I can just do low budget trading again, which I have no problem doing, because I know I have about 600-700k in my club at the moment. So obviously I have that Royce, right? I'm probably going to sell that some point tomorrow. I think the market's going to rise tomorrow. I think, because what's going to happen is, now obviously he's a little bit lower right now, but he was just 290, you know, before on the market. So he's going to sell around 280. I'll probably sell for about 300-ish tomorrow. The reason why the market's going to go up tomorrow, in my opinion, is because people don't have that many coins right now. You might think that they do, but we don't even have the full release of the game yet. You guys got to remember that. The 27th is the first day of the year, technically, for the global release. We are still in early access. So not everyone has the game, and not everyone has coins yet. They don't have millions and millions of coins. Now, yes, the pack, like, everyone's been on Rivals this week. I think a lot of people have been trying out the gameplay. So I expect a lot of people to take the coins this week, because no one's got millions and millions of coins yet. I think that, like, less than 1% of the user base on the game right now probably has 1,000,000 coins, which is very low compared to, you know, during the year, a much higher percentage. So, in my opinion, I think a lot of people are going to take the coins this week only, and probably the next couple weeks, you could see the same thing happening. That's why I think the market's going to go up, because for me, it's not going to rise a ton, it's going to rise a little bit, which is why I'm telling you guys to, like, sell some cards, you know, if they're going into ones to watch, if they're getting overhyped, maybe that's the day that you take your coins on the card, because in my opinion, if they get sold on Friday and everyone's being told to sell throughout the week of ones to watch, these cards probably go down in price. They don't actually go up. So you probably want to get out of those cards, like your Ferland Mendy, who didn't actually get into ones to watch. He's about 36,000 coins. That's a card that's probably going to get destroyed by lightning rounds. I believe are going to happen tomorrow, or on Friday. I got to check back on that, because I don't know if we did get lightning rounds last year. If we did get lightning rounds last year, it's going to kill the prices of a lot of these lower tier meta cards. The higher tier metas, in my opinion, will be lower in the morning, not that much lower on Friday morning, and then after the second lightning round, they're going to start going up back up in price. So that's kind of like the trend that I see is going to happen. So maybe what you guys can do, you can take some coins on some cards tomorrow, buy back some other cards on Friday morning, sell Friday night, kind of a double dipping, kind of like what I explained last year at some points during, like, team of the season, where you would buy on the Wednesday, sell on the Thursday, buy back on the Friday morning, sell Friday night. It's just a double dipping factor, which is very, very effective. Like I said, I have a Havertz here. I have two Havertz pretty much, which will rise because he's just meta. I have a Jovic here. I purchased at 5,000 coins flat. Haller at 3.8. These are cards that are going out of packs. I have Schultz as well, which I'm pretty surprised that he did not get it once to watch. Brandt did end up getting it, which is not the worst, to be honest. And like I said, I do have the Wan-Bissaka as well. So, yeah, that's the club right now, man. I think I have maybe in total like 600, 700k in cards whenever I do sell them at their peak, which I already know these cards are going to go up in price. I always get the same question asked to me a lot is, when do I sell? When do I buy? Buying teams should be, the last time I think you should buy your teams is this Friday. This Friday morning in particular. I think it's a good opportunity for you guys to buy any sort of teams that you want, depending on the players that you guys want to get. If it's a lower tier meta team and it's going to cost you 25, 30k, maybe that's something you buy during lightning rounds or buy whenever they offer their packs, because that's going to, I mean, this is one of the top 3 to 5 biggest, like, promos for them once to watch, because with the combination of all the people coming onto the game on the 27th, which is a lot, there's a lot of people that are coming onto the game, the global release around the world, you're going to have a lot of people opening packs that first day. You're going to have a lot of supply of these cards coming onto the market. Like I said, I feel like these meta cards, these high tiers, I would say some exceptions of some 82 overall cards, but for the most part, 83 pluses will go down a little bit, but then they're going to rise back up Friday night when the market gets a little bit more rare. People start buying back their teams because they want to just do rivals, get ready for Weekend League next week, and then they're all going to rise into next Thursday, which I feel like is going to be the peak for a lot of these cards, like your Rashfords, Martials, Jesus, Lucas Moura's, these kind of cards. I know I just named a couple Prem players, but you get the idea of that. Now, the last thing I want to touch on in this video is the team of the week. And just a heads up for you guys, I'm going to have probably 5 or 6 ones to watch market watches next week. Just because I think it's a great promo, and I'm probably just going to upload 5 or 6 times next week, so just get ready for that. A lot of good knowledge coming in. I'll just talk to you guys about once to watch flipping, some trends we saw last year. So let's talk about the trend from last year with the Team of the Week 2. Team of the Week 2 this year isn't as good as Team of the Week 2 last year. You have a couple good cards. You have Trent, you have De Bruyne, you have Coutinho, which he's only in packs for 2 days because I think he gets a once to watch on Friday. So he'll be out of packs 1 p.m. on Friday. Brozovic is decent. Kolarov is decent. Madison's okay. Thiago Silva, I don't think that many people are going to be using that card. He's only got 63 pace, especially in a game that requires a lot of pace. Don't think he's going to go up that much. This Thuram card, Crespel's at discard price. For you guys, any of these cards on the bench, besides Thuram, is probably like a discard investment. Look about 10,000, 11,000 coins. You could probably pick those up during lightning rounds. Or, like we saw in the trend last year, the cheapest day for these informs, Team of the Week 2, was Saturday. Saturday and Sunday was the cheapest days for these cards. So if you're looking to get any of these meta cards, maybe like a Trent on a Saturday, a KDB on a Saturday, then you'll see a real rise those next 14 days on those cards. For the most part, these cards, they're not great. I mean, Madison's not a bad card. Brozovic is not a bad card. These are cards like Brozovic you would pick up like on a Saturday under 14, 15K. William Jose you would pick up under 20K. KDB, you know, where would we really see him? He's currently at 940. 804. I don't think he's selling at that price. What if he goes down to 500 flat on Saturday? That's going to be a buy because Kevin De Bruyne, as a 92, this is one of the most hyped up since FIFA 17. Really, KDB has been getting great informs. Maybe even FUT 16 as well, if I'm remembering correctly. KDB is one of the most hyped up informs. I mean, whenever you get an inform KDB, that's easily going to be your. If there's not another top player in that week, KDB will easily be by far like the most expensive player. So that's going to be a card that'll probably rise out of packs if you could pick him up on Saturday. Trent would be another one. Trent would probably be a really good investment. We just got to see what the price of him is going to be on Saturday. And like I said, I explained this to my Twitch stream a lot. The reason why Team of the Week 2 last year and this year is just, they're not like high on the weekends is because people tend to focus on the promo card. They don't tend to focus on the Team of the Week. The Team of the Week is like whenever there's a promo, the Team of the Week is kind of like a second thought to people. So for me, Saturday and Sunday is probably going to be your buy times on some of these cards. Like I said, if you can get these cards at discard, just get them at any point, really. It doesn't really matter what time you get these on, for the discard ones. But for the ones that you want for your teams, maybe like a Brozovic, a Thiago Silva, Trent, KDB, those are the cards you want to probably pick up on the Saturday. It's a very average Team of the Week, to be honest, with you guys. But I hope you guys do enjoy this video. It's a longer one. It's about 18 minutes long, so I do apologize. Drop a follow. Hit that like button, subscribe if you're new around here, and I'll talk to you guys in the next Market Watch. Peace.